ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Uncle Matt's Cookery Lessons. I thought I'd try something new by giving you something old with Uncle Matt's Flashbacks. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Uncle Matt's Cookery Lessons. We're off to Buffalo City in New York this week for their classic buffalo wings. Hello, I'm going to make buffalo wings today and it's absolutely classic. It should be really simple, but if you don't do it right, it's just wrong. Okay, so wings, going to show you how to prepare them and then fry them and serve them with this wonderful Frank's hot sauce with a little bit of butter in it. And I'm also going to see, is it possible to do it with drumsticks? I had this request ages ago and I'm really sorry to the person that requested that. It took me so long to get around to it, so today I'm going to do it. I'm going to do wings and drumsticks, buffalo style. It's going to be fantastic. Now, if you're new here, welcome. Please consider watching a few more videos. And if you like what you see, if you've watched a few, please consider subscribing. I'll be so grateful. And if you've subscribed and you watched some of my videos, please comment and give me a thumbs up and share it if you like. All these things will really help this channel to grow, and I'll just be really grateful to you. Anyway, I'm going to crack on with this now. And so, crack on we must. This is a wing, that is the wing tip. We don't want that bit. We're going to take those bits off, don't throw them away, keep them for stock and gravies and things like that. They're wonderful. Right, that's the wing separated. We're going to separate them through like the elbow. Should we call it the elbow? Just wiggle it around a bit if you have to. Dislocate that socket and pop the knife right through. There we have a flat. That's a flat. And that's a drum. Okay, we're going to do all of our wings like that. I'll just sort of show you one more time. So wing tip off, and then this time round, see if we can do it without dislocating it. Just try to get it in the right place. There you go. Sorry for this brief interruption. I just wanted to let you all know that I wrote books a while ago and I've republished them, and I've put links to them in the description below this video. For those of you that are interested, they're in ebook form. So there's Amazon and Barnes & Noble. For those of you not interested, I'm going to get back to the video now, I promise. But for those of you that do take the time and if you're interested in reading them, I'd love for you to give me some feedback and let me know if you think they're any good. Anyway, back to the video. See you soon. Bye. Went through like butter. So this is the drumstick. This is the experimental version. What I'm doing there is I'm pulling tight the skin so it makes it easier to cut through, and we want to cut through the tendons. This is going to add to the presentation later, which is the main part, the ease of eating for you, less messy, and it gets the meat to sink down, and I think it tenderises it because you take out the tendons. But we want to take off that end bit, so however you're going to do that, get your knife on there, stay safe, get it on a nice board and push that through. Now, if you've got any bits of skin left over there and you're particularly pedantic, you can take some of that off. It's sort of not going to make that much difference at the end, I assure you. But you'll see how the meat falls down as it cooks, and they look like little lollipops of chicken. Fantastic stuff. But there you go, that's one done. I'll show you another angle of that. Just cutting through those tendons. So, yeah, the city of Buffalo, I just checked it out. It's quite small, but I think it's the second largest city in the state of New York. And in 1964, a lady called Teresa Bellissimo, what a beautiful name, had a glut of chicken wings, which were not very popular because you Americans, you tended to like the breast meat only, which is a travesty. And so wings were quite often just used for stocks and soups and things like that. And she had her son coming to visit her, and she just decided on a whim to deep fry some and add them with a chili sauce, serve them with some celery and some blue cheese sauce, and the classic buffalo wings were created. Very, very, very popular with American football, which is a silly game because you don't play it with your feet. But I'll let you off. Anyway, what I'm doing there is trying to dry these wings out as much as I possibly can before we cook them, because we don't want moist things going in a fryer. Also, we want them to get crispy. So I put them on a rack and they're going in a fridge. I dried them with tissue paper as well. Ideally, you can do that overnight. That would be great, but a couple of hours is okay. This is the sauce. That's Frank's hot original sauce, and that's some butter. You can add some vinegar if you want yours to be a little bit more tart, but I was happy with mine like that. The blue cheese sauce. So that's my homemade mayonnaise. I'll share a link to that. And that's some blue cheese. That's a Shropshire blue. I don't think there's any rules on what the blue cheese must be. And I thought there's some spring onions, green onions if you like, whatever you want to call those things. Scallions even. And there they go. Yeah, just pop that in a dish. This is very, very simple stuff. Now, be very, very careful when you're deep frying. And usually I am really safe. And this time I got a little bit scared. 180 degrees is the right sort of temperature for doing this. If you have a deep fat fryer, that's brilliant. I turned off the gas at this stage because I was a little bit worried. I didn't want to have to buy a new house. So I turned it down. But I'm basically trying to regulate that temperature. Keep it close to sort of 160, 170 while they're cooking. You find that the temperature drops quite rapidly. You can see it's dropped even more there, but it's still frying. So there, because I put maybe a little bit too much in the pan, I was a tad worried. The cooking time would normally be, say, classically 13 minutes. But there you go, I'll put it on the screen there. I found mine because I needed to take them to 15 minutes to achieve that beautiful Maillard reaction where they've gone all golden and crispy. Leave those on a rack to drain. Try to sort of separate them so they're not sitting on each other. We don't want them getting soggy while they're waiting for the sauce. So what you can do, obviously, you can pop those straight in your sauce and serve them, which is ideal. I've put a little bit of, that's a sprinkling of salt that's going on them. But I'm also going to do these drums. Lower temperature, I'm going to do a 2-stage deep frying. So if you made chips or fries, you quite often cook them at a lower temperature and then a hot temperature. So 14 minutes at 160 to start with. Right, here's the sauce. Yep, nice crunch still. That's a couple of minutes later. Into the sauce, and basically just going to give those a real toss around. Like that. Get them really coated. If you feel like picking the bowl up and sort of swiveling it around, feel free, but I just didn't want to wear any hot sauce on my shirt, so I did it with a spoon. And look at that, what a mess, but fantastic. That is exactly how I want them to look. And do they taste nice? Well, I'll let you leave it to your imagination, shall I? Crispy deep fried chicken wings in a Frank's hot sauce. How could it not taste nice? And there you go, I've got board there. I've got some celery sticks because that's obligatory. Celery sticks, yeah, apparently. And the blue cheese. And they just look absolutely fantastic. Ready for a game without any supporters. So disappointing, isn't it? Right then, so those drums have had the 14 minutes at the lower temperature. So I know they're going to be like pretty much cooked through. And cranking up the heat, they've had just a couple of minutes to rest. Putting them very carefully back into the very hot oil, and again, oh, it's perilously close. Don't do that at home, folks. Be a bit safer than me. Use a bigger pan, but look at that, beautiful. That's after about 5 minutes at the hotter temperature, and they're looking great. They're looking really good. I've seen people do these where they bake them, and I think, well, no, that's not really a buffalo wing, is it? You know, it's not buffalo drumsticks because they're supposed to be deep fried. And yes, a beautiful crispy crunch. Let's dunk that in the sauce, and this is the handy bit because you can use the stick end, the drumstick end, which we've cleaned up, to make them look really presentable and just they look nice. I'm very pleased with that. Now, does that one taste nice? And you can see it's moist still, steaming hot, and look, they even sort of stand up and balance for presentation. They look fantastic. Anyway, it's back over to me for the tasting. Okay. They look fantastic, don't they? They look better than wings could ever look because it's just the natural shape of them. Mmm. Mmm. Excuse me. Wow. They have been coated in the sauce for maybe like up to between 5 and 10 minutes while I've mess around taking photographs, and it's still got some crisp in it as well. Fantastic. I prefer that to the wing. I love wings, I really love them. But there's more meat on a drum. That is brilliant. The wings have been there for quite a while now, so they've gone cold. Still a little crunch. Still not bad. Anyway, I hope you lot give that a go, either the drums or the wings or both. Superb. Glad I've done it, and catch you in the next video. Come real soon. Bye.